Welcome to this lesson on the comparison test for improper integrals. In calculus, we often encounter integrals that are difficult or impossible to solve directly. This test gives us a powerful way to determine if an infinite area is finite or infinite without needing to find the exact value. First, let's recall what makes an integral improper. It usually involves infinity in some way. Either the interval of integration stretches to positive or negative infinity, or the function itself shoots up to infinity at a vertical asymptote. In these cases, we are asking, does the area under the curve approach a specific number, or does it grow forever? Here is the main challenge. Some functions are easy to integrate, like 1 over x squared. But others, like e to the negative x squared, do not have a simple antiderivative. We cannot plug in bounds if we cannot integrate the function. However, in many real-world applications, we do not need the exact number. We just need to know if the integral converges to a finite value or diverges to infinity. The logic behind the comparison test is based on common sense bounding. Imagine two containers. If an unknown shape fits completely inside a box of finite size, then the unknown shape must also be finite. Conversely, if an unknown shape is larger than a container that is already infinite, then the unknown shape must surely be infinite as well. Mathematically, we formalize this with two functions. Let f of x be our unknown positive function, and g of x be a known function we choose for comparison. Case 1. If the larger function g converges, it acts like a ceiling, forcing the smaller function f to also converge. Case 2. If the smaller function f diverges, it acts like a floor pushing up, forcing the larger function g to also diverge. Let's visualize the first case. Here, the green curve is our comparison function. G of x, we know the area under g is finite. Our unknown function, the blue line f of x, is always smaller than g since f is trapped between the x-axis and g, its area must also be finite. Therefore, f converges. Now let's look at divergence. Here, the red curve is our comparison function g of x, and we know its area is infinite. Our unknown function, f of x in blue, is always larger than g since the area under the red curve is already infinite, and the blue area adds even more to it. The total area for f must be infinite. Therefore, f diverges. How do you choose which function to compare with? The best strategy is to look at the dominant terms. For very large x, constant numbers matter less. A function like 1 over x squared plus 5 behaves almost exactly like 1 over x squared. We usually compare our difficult function to a simple p-series because we instantly know if 1 over x to the p converges or diverges based on the power p. Let's solve a problem. We want to test the integral of 1 over x squared plus 1 from 1 to infinity. Step 1. Remove the plus 1 to find our comparison function, 1 over x squared. Step 2. We know 1 over x squared converges because the power is 2, which is greater than 1. Step 3. Since adding 1 to the denominator makes the fraction smaller, our function is less than the convergent comparison function. Therefore, the integral converges. To summarize, the comparison test is a tool for determination, not calculation. Remember the logic. Being smaller than a convergent thing makes you convergent, and being bigger than a divergent thing makes you divergent. If the inequality goes the wrong way, this test fails, and you might need to use the limit comparison test instead.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.